Good morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another day and the opportunity to come to the computer and trade. And thank you so much for your goodness and your kindness and your grace and your mercy. And thank you for all of your provisions. Thank you so much for family and for friends. Father, I ask that you would help me to be grateful for every little bit of money that comes in from the market this morning. Please grant those that are trading wisdom and discernment and strong discipline, and give us a good session. Amen. Oh, need to get the internet scene. Oh, not this one. All right. So we've got just a few yellow, or well, actually only one yellow folder. Final services PMI, 9:45, and then at 10 a.m. we have ISM services, red folder, which usually does move the market. So we may have a little bit of a slower session to start things off. Hey, good morning, David. Good to have you in. How's it going with you? Got Match Trader up and running this morning. Okay, let's go out to the daily. So let's take a look at this huge consolidation that's been a year long. We did break down, I think it was last week. I have to zoom in here to see. Okay, so now we've been in this lower portion for 2 weeks now. Starting into the third week of this lower portion. Out of this entire down leg, we kind of had this move down, and then we had some accelerating momentum through the break. Then we pulled back up, and we're testing the bottom portion of the consolidation. Kind of bumped up there a couple times last week, and we are kind of just triggering the daily candle for a down move, a 3-bar reversal to head back down at the moment. Definitely doesn't have to keep doing that, but we've got a couple rejection candles on the upper side of things, so kind of starting to look like it's rolling back over to the downside. This was last week in here, and then the open was of this week was over here somewhere, and we've just kind of been grinding down through the night. Here's that open over here in more detail, and we've had some legs, some small legs down. Let's just have a measure and see what these are. So we've got a leg here down to here. That's about a 13 pip leg down, followed by about a 8 or 9 pip move back up. And then we'll do this leg here. That's 17 pips down. Oops. And then we had another leg up here, 10 pips up. Actually going to zoom in closer now. And here's that 5-minute chart. We'll just go all the way down to 1 minute and measure these last couple price cycles. They've been relatively small. Do this one. That's a 10 pip leg down through there. So about 10 pips back up. And then we'll do maybe this leg right here, right before where we're at. 7.5 pip leg down. So fairly average price cycles on the 1 minute chart. And for a bias, it's very easy not to have any bias with the current pattern. We could go with just the last little bit on the 1 and the 5 minute chart, which has been mostly down from the open, which was around here. So we've mostly moved down, maybe from, let's check the pivot high over here down to our pivot low. Oh, we've moved 31 pips. It's a little bit more than I thought. So yeah, we're heading down for now. But I'm going to be just happy to play both sides because it's not that strong. So we've currently got a pivot here, and then we got a pivot higher right here. I'm going to just start off with a buy. And I've got my settings at 3 pip take profit, 35 pip stop loss. I'm going to enter my first buy right in here. And then we'll just get rid of all these chart objects in just a sec. Going good. Wanting to see what the market is offering today. Yep. We will see. Okay, just deleting all the chart objects, and then we'll start over. Go out maybe to the 15-minute. And we've got that 35 pip stop loss coming in right down here. It's not, that is the zone that we would want to still place a trade at in here. If it were to shoot straight down, we would probably find some support here, so I don't really want that stop loss right there. So I'm gonna, oh, you know what, it's fine. We'll find something before it gets down there. All right, I'll put some lines on the top side so we can just trade both sides without hesitation. These are all the points of decision where we can add some trades. And then we'll just do a quick measure to the upside from this blue line. Where's 35? 35 pips is up here. Somewhere up here. So we would have one more line up here. Something like that. Now we'll go down to the 1 minute. See if we can gather up some pips. Looks like the market's just trying to get into that target right now. We're at 51,118 to start off the session. Hey David, does that chart, does the match trader platform look okay to look at from your end? Can you see what's going on? Do I need to change anything? I'm also going to put a sell on here. So now we got orders on both sides of the market for 3 pips. can pull my orders up here. I'm just keeping them out of the way to look at the chart. It's a little bit easier. We've got a sell here and a buy here for 0.26, 0.26 on the lot size. That's based on the $50,000 account. I usually, well, on this size, I'll trade about a quarter lot. And so I've made a little bit of money in the account, so I've bumped it up just a little bit to 0.26 because I made $1,000 in this account. So just roughly estimating about the same size. I'll continue to scale this sizing up as the account increases in size. We'll bump it up just little increments. All right, there's that buy, just hit the target. And push these orders out of the way again. Then I'll get ready to put it on another short right into these highs up here. That next line. Okay, the platform looks all right. So it's not so easy for me to flip back and forth on the instruments with this platform, which is fine, but I kind of just sometimes want to go over and look at the dollar yen, but which I will do. We can do that now, actually. Okay, I'm just gonna, it's just that I have to redo all my advanced settings over here. So it allows me to punch in my stop loss, my take profit. But as soon as I exit this instrument, I just lose all my settings. So it's kind of annoying in that sense that happens. That's okay. So I'm going to close that instrument or the advanced order settings, and then I can go over here and I can look at the dollar yen. There we go. Oh, wow. That is a strong push up on the dollar yen. Let's look at that. Oh, let's just measure that last price cycle. From that pivot low. To this pivot high is now 190 pips. We're almost at 200 pips, that run. Just grinding up. That is quite the run. Kind of looks like it's building a bit of a wedge to the upside. Go down to the 5 minute here. Wow, that's a non-volatile move back up, just grinding up, not giving you many opportunities. And then it's just kind of also building this little stopping point at the moment. It's kind of just wedging into this area. Let's see the price cycles in here. Okay, that was a 15 pip leg down. But the rest are very small moves. This tiny little, that little pivot up there, down to there, got 16 pips. But then we've just got it wedging super tight right now. Pretty interesting price action on there. If you, I mean, you can go whatever way you want. I would be leaning towards buying with it. But the thing is when it's such a tight, non-volatile run, it could really explode one side or the other, and it could be either side. But it definitely looks like it's wedging and building to the upside at the moment. It's got a lot of momentum behind it. It's going to be hard to slow that 200 pip leg down right while it's wedging right now. So you got these couple pivots in here, and we haven't quite hit that 200 pips. It needs another about 10 pips or so to get to the 200 pip mark, which I think it will likely do. But you could also find a stopping point at that 200 pip mark also. Yeah, it's right at support. I mean resistance. Interesting looking chart. All right, I'm gonna go back to the euro dollar. And then I've got to redo my, so I go to advanced order. Oh, wait a sec. No, I got to bump this up back to 0.26. Advanced order. And put my stop loss in. And do 350 points. What the? There we go. And then take profit. Go over here and hit point value. I'm going to do 30 points. Four-hour resistance right above price. Yeah, I remember that spot. on the dollar yen. Yeah, it is kind of lame. They got to redo all those variables into the chart. It would be nice if it would just save it there. But every time I flip out of there, you got to redo it. Unless there's something I don't, unless I'm doing it like the wrong way. I'm not sure. So I started trading last night at 51,000. So I put in about $100 into this account during my little session last night. Looks like the London session had some decent moves. Oh, 11 pips. It's not as good as I was thinking. How's your weekend, David? Good weekend. Watch the fireworks with the granddaughter. Nice. Yeah, ours is good. It's kind of a pretty busy weekend. I'll continue that thought in just a second. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I went to go see my sister and her kids, and my kids. They're a little bit older than hers. They're a few years older, but they're just at a stage now where they're just starting to play really well. So we were at their place just hanging outside, playing in the little kiddie pool and the trampoline. And my brother-in-law's got this cool little off-road go-kart buggy. And so we're taking rides in that thing too, which was super fun. It was just making me want one of those so bad. It was so cool. So yeah, it was a really good day on Saturday, just playing outside and hanging out with the family. And then my wife and I have been playing at the worship team on our church, and so we were leading worship yesterday morning, which is good. This thing drops, I'm gonna squeeze a buy into it. It's getting really stuck at the moment. I got this weird thing going on my shoulder. I don't know if you remember, like a couple months ago, I had a lot of discomfort and pain in my shoulder and my neck. And then I thought it completely went away. It seemed like it was completely gone and healed. And then just these past couple weeks, it's come back into full force, which is just really strange. Like, I don't get why it, well, first, I don't know why it got bad in the first place, but then going for weeks with zero pain and feeling like it was completely healed, to then all of a sudden just totally back. And I'm wondering if maybe it is just stress related. I'm not totally sure, but kind of strange. All those injuries from years ago maybe just coming back to visit my body. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze a buy in here now. That target just comes in just below those new pivots, and below these pivots. That's a decent spot. Yeah, I really like the draft take profits and the draft stop losses on these. I feel like it really helps me to not oversize and over leverage. You got a direction on the dollar yen? What direction do you have? Bullish. Nice. That's good. Being in alignment with that 200 pip run should be a high probability setup. Okay, this EU is just making a little leg down, almost into the target. Bouncing back up. Looks like we just missed it. Okay, it's moving right back down to that target again, getting super close to taking it out. Oh, just bumping into that target again without taking it. Should get there. There we go. Another short trade. Oh, wait. No, we got a bull trade first, I think. Yeah, so we got a long and a short in now. In 45 minutes. I was going to say it kind of felt like it was in good time, but 45 minutes is kind of a long period to get two trades at 3 pips each. I'm going to get another long in here. Oh, I kind of missed that dip. And then I'll get 2 longs in right down at this pivot. Right down there. Oh, which is we're almost at the 1.14 000 point. So we should find some bounce. Well, we had 1 bounce there. We've got about another 8 or 9 pips to get down to the 1.14 even. Just getting a 3-bar reversal. Starting to trigger now for the upside. We have a confirmed 3-bar reversal, so we could see a move up in the next couple of minutes. And 10 more minutes until we roll into the new hour. Hopefully get a little bit more action at that point. Okay, getting pretty close to hitting that target. If I can get one of those, the first target off, I could take the top one off for a break even. So depending on how it gets there, potentially do that and switch back over to shorts. See how it gets there. If it's a snappy, quick move up, I will just take whatever we get and switch over. But if it keeps building up like it's doing right now, then maybe we'll just let it keep moving up into the second target. We'll see. Getting super close to hitting that first target. Just missed that target, and it's popping back down. Oh, and that 1 minute candle finished with a wick on the downside, so maybe we'll get some follow through to the upside now. Right at the very last second, the candle popped right back up and closed with a wick. Did you just get a big candle on the dollar yen? This thing is pretty slow right now. about to roll into the new hour in just a minute and a bit. I'm going to go check out the dollar yen for a minute. It's the 1 hour, go down to the 1 minute. Making a slow move up, it looks like. Almost a 5-pip leg there. But still not a whole lot going on, just grinding up. I'm going to go back over to the euro. I'm going to grab one more buy here. As these wicks are coming in on the bottom. Turning that kind of second layer into I'm turning that zone into a second layer at the moment. I was waiting a little bit more for it to come lower, but just because we've seen the rejection candles, I'm going to take those last few moments of data and say that maybe we'll get a push back up, which it's trying to do right now. We should see a little bit more volatility as we enter the new hour. Okay, strong 3-bar reversal at the moment to head back up. And on any push up, I'm going to get ready to sell also. Oh, was I on the dollar franc? Is that what I did? Did I look at the wrong pair? I might have clicked the dollar franc. Oh, that is the dollar franc. Yeah, I did. I don't know. I guess they're right beside each other. I missed that. There's that big candle that you were talking about. That makes a little more sense now. So that pivot up to there, that was a 7-pip move. That's a little bit better. Yeah, starting to gain a little bit more momentum to the upside on the dollar yen, not the dollar franc. I used to trade the dollar franc years ago. I used to like trading the franc. Kind of curious to see what it's up to. I find that the dollar franc works pretty well with my style of trading because it consolidates a little bit more than the others. And I'm usually trading for consolidation, so yeah, I like this pair. I haven't traded it in a long time though. I feel like if I wasn't trading the euro dollar, I might trade the dollar franc. Either that maybe or the dollar yen, which I've spent actually traded the dollar yen for a year straight. I like the dollar yen. All right, what's going on here? Can we tag a couple targets, please? And thank you. Gotta use the manners. Come on, let's get a little pop here. Bit of a slow start to the session. First hour didn't get too much in, but we did land one long and one short. Can't complain about a couple wins. We'll see if the volatility picks up a little bit in this hour. Got the stock market opening in 20 minutes, or about 20 minutes. Yeah, red folder in an hour. Hopefully, if we don't get the volatility through this hour, we should get it then. I might be finishing up maybe in the next, well, we'll see. If I can land a few trades, then I'll shut this down sooner. But if nothing really happens, then we'll have to go into the next hour maybe a little bit. But I don't want to, we got a lot of packing to do because we're heading to Calgary on Wednesday morning. So today and tomorrow are going to be be a little bit busy as we prepare. But I'm trying to squeeze in a couple of these sessions before we go. And do my, oh, there we go. Hit one target and just do my best to try and stay on schedule. Keep the, just keep the discipline and just the discipline of staying on time, on schedule, and keep everything good and consistent as much as it can. So we'll see how things go when I get to Calgary. If there's a decent little spot for me to set up the computer, then maybe we'll do some sessions in the morning while I'm in Calgary. Nice, we just hit another target. Gonna add a short in here. And we'll just leave the other long on as well. It's starting to head up now, so we got one on each side, landed a couple, puts them into the account. We're at $141, $1,141. And we started at 1,000, essentially 51,118. So we're up about 20 bucks. Oh, you never got the trigger to get into your dollar yen though, did you? You only got the direction, am I right? Or did you get the trigger to get in? No retest yet. So that thing's got to pull back. Starting to move into that last target on the bull side. Just bumping into it. And there we go. Got that target off for another win. And I'm going to short that. And you got your entry. You got a bunch of stuff all happening at the same time here. Nice. Oh, it looks like my second entry is almost back at the target already. Come on, bump into that. If it can take that out, I'll go on to another long also. So close. I want to go look at your dollar yen setup in just a minute. Just want to see if it's about to tag that target. Oh, just bounced into it. Didn't quite get it. If it can just push through that target, I'll add the long back on. Wow, just missed that target. The market went through the target, but because of the spread, it didn't quite close it. It was good positioning, like grabbed it right at the top. But it looks like we're heading back up again, which is fine. We'll just add into another short up here. Get into a couple trades for the second layer. All right, while that does that, let's just go over and look at the dollar yen. Not the franc, the dollar yen. There's the retest. It's a good push back down. It's actually a really good push back down. So from pivot high to the pivot low, now we've got 11 pips. It's a nice healthy pullback into that bullish run. Did I get your entry right? I'm just placing that little, I don't know if you can, it's hard to see it now. I just placed that little line right on that bar. I'm just wondering, was that the trigger when it broke that bar's high? There's other drawing tools. Oh, I drew it the wrong way. Right in there. Is that the spot? Even that's not a good arrow. Back here. There. Yeah, is that the entry? The bullish candle with the wick closed outside of my range. And that was the entry. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. I think I gotcha anyway. So somewhere in here, the body closed up above. Up in here. And so that was your entry. Good. That's a good spot. Nice pullback into that bullish run. About halfway through that bullish candle. So something like kind of right in here is where you got in. Something like that. Actually, maybe I can flip that arrow around. Something like that. There. All right, let's go check the euro. Getting another extension to the upside, so I want to get ready to add into that. So I'm going to bump this back up to 0.26. And the stop loss is going to be, can I just punch it in? Negative 350. Like that. Yeah, it looks like I can do that. And then take profit. And points will be 30. So just go to the 5-minute chart just to see where that, yep. So I can just punch it in manually. It's a little bit quicker. Oh, the trade returned to the range and I closed at 50% risk. Oh, that trade's not good anymore. So he took like a half loss. Half loss and wait to see about a re-entry. All right. So if that was about a half loss, then is your stop about 7 pips? Would that have been your stop loss? Somewhere about there? About a 7 pip stop? Few minutes to the stock market open. About 3 minutes. Five pip stop. One 162.303. 162.3. So it was right about there. Oh, just at the bottom of the wick. That 300 mark should be a pretty good spot for a bounce. So it pulled back from pivot high. Oh. Pulled back from pivot high into that zone with about 11 pips. And then if you wanted to, you go all the way down to that trend line, which would be 20 pips. that would probably be too much risk for you, or you mean you could cut all your sizing down to accommodate the 20 pip? That would be like a double price cycle, maybe 3 price cycles to get down to that trend line. So you can definitely still find an entry back into the longs. I don't know exactly how you get back in, but it kind of looks like it might be giving you an opportunity. All right, let's flip back over to the euro. Oh, just missed the target down there. It seems like we're getting some energy coming into the market. We are right at the stock market open. So we can see the energy just picking up. It's good. Re-entry on break outside of the range in original direction. Stop loss set at last low. Let's go have a look at the yen. So you have an entry very similar to that same spot then, probably around here on that break. And then your stop loss just below these pivots. So stop loss right in here. So you got about probably similar to your first trade, about 5 pip. Oh, maybe a 4 pip stop this time. 4 or 5 pip stop on that one. It's looking good for the long. Well, hopefully you get the long. I could use the short on the euro dollar. Oh, I got a position closing on that dollar yen heading up and the euro dollar heading down. So if it pushes down a little bit more, I should hit a second target and I'll probably get into another long. I'm just going to trade this thing on both sides. All right, just waiting for a little bit bump down. And hopefully tag that target as well as get into a long. Just need one little push down. And that draft take profit's in a good spot too, especially if it just moves down just a touch. Then those targets would be under these highs, which would be really good. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just falling asleep here. Get to grab a banana get a little bit of energy going. Be right back. All right, moving back down, hopefully into the target. Super close. And I'm going to get into that long if it can bump into that target. On the extension, if it extends down, I'll get into the long. There we go. There's that target hit. So I'm gonna get into the long right here. And that target's in a good spot too on the long side. So now we've got one on each side. And we've booked a few more dollars into the account. Up about $40 on the session. Looking good. Things are still pretty slow. Definitely haven't picked up yet, but we do have that news in 15 minutes, about 15 minutes. So I think we'll ride into that news, see if I can grab a couple more targets at the news. And in this account, I've got to be careful because I actually can't trade 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after the news. I don't like that rule. I like trading during the news, so it's going to be hard for me to sit there and wait, but if it means grabbing a few more profits, then I will do that. We'll see how it goes. Unless maybe if we take out both these profits in the next few minutes with the consolidation, then maybe we'll just call that a day. Let's see. We'll just see what happens. Okay, I got a pretty good extension to the downside, so I'm going to get ready to add into those longs. And see if we get another candle, because we had one good candle there. See if we get a little bit more of a reach down, and I'll get into a couple more longs. Yeah, I like just trading this way, especially before the news, because it's pretty high probability. I'm going to grab one here, and then one more as we get down into here. Okay. I just like trading this way before the news because we often get some consolidation, some up and down chop right before the news. So this could work out pretty good. Maybe flip over to the yen just to see what's going on. Flip over to the yen for a sec. Not going too far just yet, but grinding in the right direction. Oh, my euro's already closing. Nice. Go back over here. Awesome. See if I can grab that second one. And there's that second one hit. Gonna grab a short there. That's good. Take it on each side. One trade on each side at the moment. Got about 8 minutes to the news. And the market's making its way back down to that target. See if we can nab that target. If it does, I'm going to get ready to add back into the buy again. Super close. Switch this over to the buy side. There's a target hit again. I'm going to add back into the buy. Then as it drops, I'll add into another one. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes to the news. I'm just waiting for a little bit more of an extension down. I'll get into another long if it can pop down. All right, grab another buy here. I gotta be careful not to add to my trades as we get into the next minute, because I can't trade 7 minutes on either side of the news. In this account, anyway. I just want to squeeze in one more buy if I've got time. Do I have time? Do I have time? Yep. Okay, one more buy. And we'll just let that sit. and see what the news does. Thinking that the yen may be reversing. Let's have a quick look at the yen. Yeah, returned back to your range and having a hard time back out. Yeah, I mean, the news is probably gonna get some up and down during the news. That's for sure. I don't know how much you're risking in there, but I don't know if you can wait through the news or if you got to take it out before the news. We're just under a minute now to the news. See what happens. We go back to the euro. Oh, nice. Just took a profit again. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to do that. Taking profit. I'm not adding any more trades. I think that's fine. And we're at the news right now. I gotta wait 3 minutes. All 3 of those minutes. Yeah, not much change from the news. Did it tag your stop loss for the news? Or is it still in play? Still in the trade. That's good. Looks like I'm tagging a couple more targets. And I'm going to get out of that last one. Oh, wait, I can't yet. Can I? No, I got to wait a few more seconds. I think. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take a... Oh, if it can just bump up just a tiny bit. See if I can get that loss just above the 200 mark. Just one more little push up. I don't really want to. I'm just going to take the loss there. Just because I got my profit. So that leg up now from pivot low to pivot high was 8.5 pips. So that's why I wanted to get out of that, because it's now run up a good bunch. So I think I'm going to call that a session for me. Let's go look over at the yen for a sec. Oh, it's pushing through. I feel like you're gonna have some long, I mean, I don't know, maybe it is starting to break to the downside, so maybe this is a good time to get out of it. Yeah, I don't know what to do on that one. It might be having to turn down. Well, I think that's probably a good, I mean, what's most important is just following your rules, which you're doing really well at. So that's what's important in that case. All right. Done for the day, yeah. I think I'm just going to call that a session as well. 2 hours. Got a good amount of trading, actually, with not a lot of movement. So I'm pretty happy with that. Put a few dollars into the account. So, yeah, let's call it a session. I mean, finish the note on good rule following. That's the win for today. And so I'm going to try and just come back for one more session tomorrow morning, and then that'll be it for the week as we go on our trip and travel. So, all right. David, thank you so much for coming in. It's always super good to have you in here. And for anybody else watching, if you find this valuable at all, feel free to like and subscribe. It's good for the algorithms for you and for me. So everybody have a good day and a good start to your week, and we'll catch you tomorrow.